Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. The AI world is on fire. In the last 48 hours, we had major announcements from both OpenAI and Google on their AI products. So grab your neural network nachos because we're diving right in. Wait, what? Did an AI write this? What? An AI really did write this? That's why it's so cringy. Congrats. As long as you can write better than this, you've got a job. The last 48 hours saw not one, but two major announcements from two big AI kahuna. Looking to steal the proverbial rug from out of under Sundar Pichai, OpenAI announced an out-of-the-blue spring update releasing their brand new flagship model, GPT-4o. O standing for Omni, which is just a fancy way of OpenAI calling their new model Multimodal. The new model, which is actually just the GPT-2 model that everyone was buzzing about a few weeks ago, brings with it minor improvements to its reasoning capabilities, is 50% cheaper and 50% faster than its predecessor GPT-4 Turbo. And on top of that, it's going to be made available for free to everyone, meaning that cheapskate friend who's leeching off of your account can now go and use theirs. However, a few additional things that were not mentioned in the keynote are that free use is going to be capped, and paid users will get a cap that is more or less twice as much as what free users get. So even if you're paying for it, there's still a limitation. On top of that, the new Omni model has an October 2023 cutoff when compared with GPT-4 Turbo, which has a December 2023 cutoff. So the new model has not seen the latest episodes of your favorite TV show. OpenAI also announced a whole bunch of multimodal capabilities coming with GPT-4o, meaning you can now give it inputs in the form of voice, text, and video images simultaneously. One of the groundbreaking new features they showed off was ChatGPT's human-like interactability, with the ability to be interrupted, joke, laugh, be sarcastic, change voice tonalities, and even sing.
Can you end the story, but do it in a singing voice?
And so Byte found another robot friend, and they lived circuitly ever after.
Interestingly, the new default voice is very Valley Girl, giving it an almost flirty vibe. However, if you've tried to flirt with ChatGPT before, you know it's going to firmly put you in the friend zone. OpenAI also announced a desktop app, which allows you to share your screen with the AI.
Okay, and to give a bit of background on what's going on, so here we have a computer, and on the screen we have some code, and then the ChatGPT voice app is on the right. So ChatGPT will be able to hear me, but it can't see anything on the screen. So I'm going to highlight the code, Command C it, and then that will send it to ChatGPT. And then I'm going to talk about the code to ChatGPT. Hey, ChatGPT.
Hey there, how's it going?
Yeah, it's going really well. I was wondering if you could help me with a coding problem today.
Of course, I'd love to help you out. What's the coding problem you're dealing with?
Okay, I'm going to share with you some code. 1 second. Okay, so I just shared some code with you. Could you give me a really brief one-sentence description of what's going on in the code?
This code fetches daily weather data for a specific location and time period, smooths the temperature data using a rolling average, annotates a significant weather event on the resulting plot, and then displays the plot with the average, minimum, and maximum temperatures over the year.
Awesome, thanks so much. And in the code, there's this function foo. Can you describe to me what the plot would look like if I had versus didn't have this function?
The function foo xy takes in a data frame x containing temperature data and a window size y for calculating the rolling mean.
Okay, ChatGPT, I'm sharing with you the plot now. I'm wondering if you can give me a really brief one-sentence overview of what you see.
The plot displays smoothed average, minimum, and maximum temperatures throughout 2018. With a notable annotation marking a big rainfall event in late September.
Putting all of this together, OpenAI showed how you can use video and audio to show the AI all kinds of problems. They showcased demos of ChatGPT solving math problems on a screen share, coaching someone's breathing technique.
Can you give me feedback on my breaths? Okay, here I go.
And even describing someone's state of mind or mood based on their facial expressions, all using voice and video. So when are all of these new features available? Unfortunately, as of the moment, the only thing that you can do is add ChatGPT 4o as an option in the app. The rest of the features will be rolling out over the next few weeks, with paid users being prioritized.
Ooh, that sounds just amazing. Being sarcastic all the time isn't exhausting or anything. I'm so excited for this. Nope, the sarcasm. Let's get this party started, or whatever.
Google, however, not to be outdone, and considering the announcement that they made at I.O. makes it obvious why OpenAI wanted to get ahead of the game, Google also announced some incredible multimodal features coming to Gemini, particularly Project Astra, which showed a Google employee walking around with their phone and chatting with Gemini AI about what they were looking at. And Gemini AI was able to identify objects, remember where things were, and even solve a problem on a whiteboard.
What can I add here to make this system faster?
Adding a cache between the server and database could improve speed.
What does this remind you of?
Schrodinger's cat.
This demo, however, was overshadowed slightly by Gemini AI's robotic voice, which actually wouldn't have been a problem, except we just saw OpenAI show off an incredible human-like interaction with their ChatGPT voices. Google, however, did still have another trick up their sleeve. In what could be called a successor to Google Glass, they showed off the team members seamlessly transitioning from the phone to a pair of glasses to solve the problems on the whiteboard, making me wonder if we'll see a return of Google Glass soon. Besides Project Astra, Google also showed off a huge increase in the number of tokens that Gemini can handle, going up from 1 to 2 million tokens. To give you a little bit of context, OpenAI's new GPT-4o model can only handle 128 tokens, which is approximately 96,000 words. That just about fits the entirety of The Hobbit, which leaves you little room to discuss anything more than that. Gemini, on the other hand, with its 2 million token window, can not only accept the entire 4 Lord of the Rings books 3 times over, but it can even accept the entire Harry Potter series, all 7 books, with change left over for you to talk about it. Now, if you're wondering why that's relevant, those tokens also translate out to 2 hours of video content, or 22 hours of audio, meaning that you can send in a single chat or a single prompt a feature-length film and discuss it with the AI. Now, in case you're wondering what you can do with a context window of that size, some of the examples that Google showed off were being able to drop an entire programming project into Gemini and have it work with you on that project. I can tell you from my experience that trying to do programming with ChatGPT can be very hit or miss because you have to give it the code in chunks. As the chat gets longer, it starts to forget what you worked on at the beginning, forgets your objectives, or completely loses the flow in terms of what libraries you're using. One of Gemini's key selling points is its ability to remember anything in the context window that you give it. So in theory, it should be much better at staying on task when working on large programming projects. Beyond that, they also showed Gemini being able to take in presentations, summarize lengthy calls, and so on, things that ChatGPT struggles with. Despite that, however, ChatGPT still outperforms Gemini in terms of reasoning and logic. So at the end of the day, that massive context window is only as good as the output it can provide. So remember that when choosing your AI model. In my experience, when I tried to get the new Gemini model to work on this script, I gave it a bunch of reference videos I'd done before, the 2 keynotes that had just came out, and I specifically gave it the summarized version of the Google one, and it still struggled to give me anything longer than a 2-minute script. In the end, it still took a human, me, to write the script. On the generative AI front, while we didn't hear anything from OpenAI regarding Sora, Google launched not 1, but 2 new generative models. A new version of Imagen 3, which you can now sign up to a waitlist for, and Vox, Google's new video model. And while the results were very impressive, I still personally think Sora is ahead of the game. Imagen 3, on the other hand, was found to perform phenomenally well, with Google indirectly indicating that its model outperforms Midjourney and Stable Diffusion. It'll be very interesting to see where the model stacks up once it releases publicly, and especially once the Stable Diffusion 3 weights are released. Google also showed off an update to their product Notebook LM. Now this one I found incredibly interesting. What Google showed off was being able to drop a series of documents and files onto Notebook LM, give it a prompt about what they wanted it to do with the information, and then Notebook LM actually created a conversation to teach the user, which was a child, about the information that was sitting in those documents. Furthermore, the user was able to chime in, and at the end of the day, what you had was a 3-way conversation about the content that was dumped on Notebook LM.
So that's our newly updated Gemini 1.5 Pro and the new 1.5 Flash, both of which are available today globally. And you'll hear a lot more about them in the developer keynote later today.
This will be very interesting, and I'm hoping to try it out with the AI papers and see if I can get the models to explain things to me better. And finally, the last set of announcements from Google were a bunch of AI enhancements to their workspace apps, including Gemini for Gmail, which allows you to search and summarize emails, Gemini for Docs and Spreadsheets, which allow you to take information from emails, such as receipts, and put them on a spreadsheet and chart them out, as well as into a Google Doc. These features will be coming out over the next few weeks and months, and I am very excited to try them out, especially the mail one, because I have over 10,000 unread emails, and I cannot wait to find out what's in all of them. I hope you found this information helpful. If you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe. I know I've been a little irregular with these news videos, so if you like them and you find them helpful, please say so in the comment section below. I'm trying to do more of them and I'm trying to improve, so any feedback is helpful. Thanks, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.